Hello everyone, welcome to the 2022 NADGT Zanfel Premier Tour at the International Disc Golf Center, driven by Innova Championship Discs. Run Productions bringing you this coverage. I'm Felix.
And I am Conrad.
Conrad, we are back at the IDGC. We are following this MA1 lead card on the final 9 holes at WR Jackson. What can we expect?
Man, with WR Jackson, the entire course is a beast, but the back 9 tends to be even a longer stretch of it. We are playing from the longs. They're playing from the tips, so they're not playing in a short layout. So we can expect a lot of accuracy, a lot of kicks, a lot of action is what we can really expect. On the card here, we have first Aiden Scott out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. He is standing at 8 down for the event through the front 9 of the course. We also have Tom Mac Garrett, not a strange to our coverage of this event, from Aiken, South Carolina, and he is 5 down. We have a Charlotte native here, Ian Yelton. He is 3 down through the front 9. And we also have Andrew Shealy out of Pendleton, South Carolina. He is 4 over through the front 9 at this point. We pick up the action here on hole 10, a par 4 coming in at 606 feet. Woods on both sides, left and right. No OB to speak of, but you want to make sure that you get down this fairway. You want to get it to the turn, navigate the gauntlet of trees in the fairway, and try to find your way to the green. The green is partially guarded with there being trees within circle 1, but plenty of open spaces to make a putt. Ian is going to lead us off here. We can see from his ace run score box that he has been pretty clean through Jackson for the front half with only 1 bogey. This one gets away from him over to the left.
Pretty common spot to end up, but you don't usually see it from the forehand. You normally see the righty backhands kind of collecting in that area.
Aiden Scott, same story from the front, only 1 bogey. And he's throwing this nice turnover line here with this driver that is picture perfect. That's exactly where you want to place a disc if you had the opportunity.
Yeah, Aiden, a recent addition to the Prodigy team, so he's learning new plastics still. So really impressive the way he's able to control his shots.
Oh, not that. Took out.
We have Tom Mac Garrett, he's lefty here if you can notice. And oddly enough, he ended up on the left side. It's not typical of what you would expect to see from him or a lefty on this hole.
Seems to miss that triplet of trees, and yeah, playing for position. Nicely done there. He'll have that left side to attack the pin. See Ian here pretty deep in the woods, and he's looking for an overhand to get out.
Well done.
Well, that gets out, lands on his back, and slides up just perfectly.
Boy, this is a tough shot for a righty, but for a lefty here, you have the added bonus of trying not to break your hand on this tree here.
Yeah.
You're on it. Yeah.
Just needs to grab.
Oh, he slips off over into the rough a little bit. That's the thing about Jackson. There's 3 feet off the fairway, and you're being welcome to Jackson unlike you want to. Now, I have to say that right there was a very fortunate kick.
Yes.
It kicked him out to the open. He could have ended up, 40, 50 feet to the right, which would have left him with a very difficult shot coming back.
So Ian here looking for the forehand to try to approach the screen here.
Oh, didn't quite get there.
Yeah, that last smattering of trees there just kind of, doing its job, really.
Yeah. Even as you're coming into the green, you're still trying to make sure that you're positioned not behind those trees to leave yourself with a putt. This is fading off on Aiden a little bit, but that tree actually helps him out.
That one got away from him a bit. Like I said, he's I know he's throwing the PX3 quite a bit. I believe he's putting with it as well. We'll have to kind of keep an eye on that when he's putting. But that one just kind of got a little stable on him. You see Tom Mac trying to get creative here down to his knees. Looking for a lefty forehand.
That doesn't quite come out right, but he is left with a bid. Be like a circle 2 bid for him to save that.
Nice touch there on the approach for Andrew.
Ian sporting another round disc golf hat.
Ooh,
Gives it a bid, but tad bit deep. You gotta imagine that Tom Mack is going for this as well.
hook up.
Ooh.
Just a little left the entire way. Aiden with a chance to get a birdie here and take some strokes on the entire card.
Yeah. Got this one nicely framed up. Bam.
Beautifully done.
Yeah, that looks like a PX3.
That is, yeah, and that's a stable putter.
It is.
One of the very few birdies on hole 10. There were only 3 on the day. One for Aiden Scott, Ben Boitzer, and Bobby Hughes. This hole averaged a little over half a stroke over par.
Oh. And that might be why. Shots like that, wow.
That's a heartbreaker.
Fighting the whole way through the hole and then get to the end and the basket just adds insult to injury.
Yeah. Tom Mack dropping in his bogey putt there. And an unfortunate double for Ian. All right, that takes us to hole 11, par 3, coming in at 420 feet. This is a right-turning shot, pretty much the entire way with a little bit of fade at the end to get you onto the green. The hole that was famously aced by both Chris Dickerson and Matt Dollar a couple years ago during the Hall of Fame Classic. So your high-speed driver, or if you can get your control driver there on the turning line the entire way, is the play to give yourself a look for the potential birdie.
I will say that this hole has gotten definitively easier, although it's still quite difficult, with that one limb that used to be up there on the left.
I used to call it the
gone.
Johnny McRae limb. Like
Yeah.
every time he would throw that high turnover, it would seem to clip that limb. And Aiden getting that one turned a little too early, which is a common misfire on this hole.
Yeah, where he landed is a very common landing area.
That looks better.
A little bit, but it's a
Just
little
need a little more
inside.
height.
Yeah.
Okay. He got a fortunate bounce out there to the middle.
So he was going over to the same collection area.
Yeah. This sets up well for Tom Mack here being a lefty.
So you say.
This looks great. Just needs to grab.
Okay.
Yep. And he should have a relatively clean approach there to
Yeah.
get up and down for par. 420 is no easy task. I mean, the pros, the high-level pros make it look easy, but it is a pump to get something to turn and hold for 420 feet.
Yeah. Oh, and that one got skipped. He skipped into the brush there. He'll be fighting out.
So Andrew will be up first here. Just a soft touch turnover with a putter.
And that'll work. A little meat there, but that'll work.
Hayden looking to flick something. And if you've seen Aiden before, you probably saw him on coverage of the 2021 AM World Championships, as he is a name to keep an eye on. Don't let shots like that fool you.
That's just to prove he's still a disc golfer. He can find a tree.
Absolutely. Tom Mack has been hugged up against some trees already early on.
Oh,
Clips one of the skinny limbs in front of him.
probably wasn't even thinking about those limbs either.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Just gives you an
So-
idea how thick it is in there. I didn't even
he-
realize.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything up,
Yeah.
sideways or anything. He's just
Just confirming with his card mates that he has a legal stance where he is. Yeah, he's just deep in there. That's a really great shot.
That is.
He must have hit a gap about the size of a half a disc.
And that's commitment too.
Yeah.
And with the bid, just out to the right.
Par putt here for Andrew.
Good putt.
Good putt.
Plays the hole cleanly, gets the par.
Tom Mack gets his par as well.
Not letting that tree branch affect him. A lot of times you can step up to that putt still thinking about your previous shot and how you got shortchanged and not focus on that putt. So good job there by Tom Mack. Ian as well, scrambling his way to a nice par. Aiden with the unfortunate bogey there. Still leading the way though with a 4-stroke tally over Tom Mack Garrett heading into hole 12.
Hole 12 is a par 5 coming in at 990 feet. There's 2 fairways off the tee really. Everyone's going to go down the right side. Once you get down here, the fairway splits again, going to the left and to the right. With the left route, the drone is going being more straight, and the right route being more of a hyzer take in. Again, you want to come into the greens fairly open. Want to miss the trees. There is a gully or a ditch right in front that will collect disc, but first you got to get there.
That looks turned over the whole way.
Yeah.
So we'll see what his options are from that right side. It's usually pretty tight over there.
Yeah, so from the tee box, it looks like there is a route on the left side, but it gets so narrow and so finicky on that fairway that most people are going to take the right. If you end up on the left fairway, you're happy that it's there because then you still have a way to scramble through the rest of the hole.
I haven't seen many forehands off of this tee box.
Yeah, it has to be a forehand that you know you can control. Look at that.
Using
Using all of it.
That is so well done.
Yeah. If I could forehand like that, I probably would too.
Yeah. Aiden has the power to get past
But he's
this initial brush here.
He's a little high.
Yeah. Didn't quite drive it forward like he would have liked, but he can push past that last stump and kind of put you in good position, but he's got some work to do there.
This is a tricky angle.
Yeah, you can see that he's up against it there. And there's not much you can do.
Yeah. Ideally, you won't want to be behind those trees, but at this point in the hole, you're still trying to may not have decided which way you're going. If you're going the straight route, or if you're taking the hyzer route around.
And that's right in the middle of the trees. It's amazing how many discs just end up there. Ian in prime position. He's got a choice here of either route.
And
those are flippy discs, so it looks like he's trying to go to the right side.
Yeah, well, he's mostly on the right.
And he's done so.
I didn't know at first, but it flipped up and kept going straight. See, Andrew.
Okay. So he will probably go left side.
Yeah. He kind of cut himself off from being able to go to the right side efficiently.
Flick roller.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, as skinny as the disc can be and it hits the tree square, that's just so disc off.
And Tom, again, this is the third hole in a row
Yeah.
that Tom Max had to deal with the tree in his swing.
Well, this is what happens when you're a champion at this course. You know, course is like, prove it. Wait, I don't think I've seen this before.
Yeah, he thinks the better of it and goes with the forehand. Turned over a bit, though. Does fight back at the end, but he's going to be on that very tight right side again. Beautiful touch.
Oh,
Turn on
wow.
the forehand for Aiden. And
Yeah.
he's on the left side now.
Yep, he's committed. Andrew is going the hyzer route.
Yep, just playing for position.
Yeah. From there, hopefully he should be able to see the basket and know exactly where he wants to attack.
So Aiden had used his rangefinder here. I think it was at 310, 320. And he's going with a putter.
Yeah, it's hard. Not impossible to accomplish, but just with the angle and that he had to throw that at, it's a little bit more difficult. Just like this is
against another tree.
Oh, and he hits a limb.
High turnover. That's stalled out.
Yeah, he hit that limb.
And that could have very easily gone out of bounds onto the road.
Yeah.
Ian with the
forehand.
flip up forehand, I'm guessing. This.
Whoa. Whoa.
Almost like a tomahawk forehand or something. And he gets across to the other side.
So he's on the straight fairway now.
Wow, he's all over the course on this hole. But he hasn't like been like in crazy trouble besides off the tee. Oh, that's
no.
turned over.
Well, that's
a common misfire on that approach. Yeah, he knows he let one get away there.
I have to say you have to keep in mind that it is cold outside.
Oh yeah.
Not extremely windy, but when you lose that touch in your hands, it translates into losing your touch on those shots.
Yeah, this was tee times. They had played 2 rounds the day before to get in position for this course here and this event. That is a beautiful shot there.
Beautiful shot, beautiful use of the backboard.
So Aiden with a long jumper bid. As you can see Henry Hamilton in the background next to you, the assistant tournament director for this event. Yeah, Aiden knew right away.
Boring round of golf I've ever played.
Not too thrilled with this play right now. Andrew floating up a
great
forehand.
touch.
Yep.
Oh.
Tom might probably just wants off this hole at this point. And I don't blame you.
Yeah, not at all. He thought he was getting off.
Yeah. Aiden with the bogey. Pretty common theme for this hole.
Time Mac taking a double.
Another double.
Andrew taking a double.
This hole played 1.23 strokes over par.
Wait, did we witness Ian get a par? How did he do that?
Like I said, he was all over the court, all over the hole, but he was never really in trouble.
Yeah. Hole 13 is a par 3 playing at 399 feet. It does play with the net downhill. You want to come down this fairway, typically with a forehand. There is a backhand line that works as well. Turn it over. As you try to, again, navigate the trees, you're going to common theme here at Jackson's navigate the trees and the fairway to get to the green. You don't want to overshoot the green at all because the parking lot is OB. Shouldn't see any of that from anyone here.
So Ian on the box after that par. Going with the forehand. That's
a nice line. Did it push far enough? It did. And he's going to have a circle too. Look at that. That is nice to have.
He's got some zip on that forehand. Hole 11, he put a good move on it with the forehand as well. That looks early from Aiden.
Yeah, it looks early.
And that's going to be on that right side.
Well, he got through, so he'll have a approach.
Pushing a little inside as well.
Yep. Didn't quite make it all the way to the turn.
Oh, no.
Tomac was trying to use all of the fairway and went off to the left just a bit. And again, Jackson said, hey, prove it.
Yeah.
Prove to me how good you are.
That looks so smooth out of his hand, too.
It was.
It deserved a better result.
It was, but out of his hand, it looked like it was going dead straight to that tree, though.
Yeah.
But I thought it was going to move left or right.
Another.
Yeah. Or that it was past the tree and I just didn't perceive it right or something.
That is a beautiful shot.
Yes, it is.
Hitting the soft forehand. He'll have all of 12 feet left for his par.
Mm-hmm. With no wind, there's no reason not to run this. And
ooh, gave it the honest bid.
Oh, yeah.
It's the first hole where Tomac has not been pinned up against a tree at some point.
It's not
Although
over.
there's still time.
It's not over yet.
Great putt there. Fantastic birdie for Ian.
Perfectly with that power side arm.
Was that the only birdie?
Ian got the only birdie on 13 for the day.
Wow. So there you go. You saw it. It happened.
Ooh, that got scary there, Tom.
It sure did. Holding on for the bogey for hole 13 for T-Mac.
See, the cards are getting a little bit more colorful now than from the front half of the course.
The National Amateur Disc Golf Tour is the only nationwide tour dedicated to amateurs, aspiring amateurs, and future professionals. With tournaments in all 50 states and Canada, the NADGT provides diverse competition. The National Amateur Disc Golf Tour is the best place to look for fun and competition, regardless of experience. Find a tournament near you, view the season schedule, and find additional information at NADGT.com.
Big thank you to the NADGT for bringing us out for this event. We're coming up on hole 14, another par 5 at 837 feet. This narrow straightaway is your first task. You want to get something down here that's moving to the left on its finish. You then have an uphill shot that kind of snakes right to left and then back over left to right towards the green here. 5 is not a bad score on this hole, but it is definitely attackable for the birdie, especially for these level of players.
Yeah, this first tunnel shot is close to a little over 300 feet. Oh, and he gets knocked down on the left a little bit. So the objective is, what do you have that's going to go 300 feet straight and then finish slightly to the left?
Right.
Oh.
Second kick?
Okay.
That
All right,
could have been worse.
Yes.
So far the hole is 2 for 2. Needs a little finish. He's just short of the climb there, so just past the short pad.
Yeah, depending on his angle on those trees, he'll have approach to get out into the fairway. Oh.
Goodness.
Wow, these double kicks are worth paying for.
Turning nicely. And I niced him. Sorry, Tomac. Aiden just pretty much has a hyzer to get through the gap just inside of that last tree. And manages to spike and sit and not dig in and go back into the rough. I'm guessing Ian is predominantly forehand because some of these lines you would think would line up better for backhand.
Oh, that's so wide. What are you doing?
And that's going to stall out to the right.
Yeah, this course definitely makes you want to lean on your strength. So if your strength is your forehand, that's what you're.
What if you don't have a strength like me? Oh no!
Oh
they're
no!
just
I'm
inches
making
away.
trees. I think he must have littered last time he was out here. The course is like, we're getting you back.
He must have badmouthed the Lorax or something at some point.
Ooh, that looked like that wasn't even possible for him to make that, but he did. He's out in the fairway.
Yeah.
Question here is how much does he want to bite off of this?
Looks like more of a position play. He's
I
throwing
don't
the
know.
hyzer.
That's hyzer. That was a little bit too much hyzer. He was going to end up in the rough.
He's gotten some favorable kicks here. Ian kind of pinched. He'll have this turnover backhand.
His body language, he committed to it, but it wasn't all there in the throw.
It's like so pinched.
Yeah. You can see the flag in the basket just over the hill in resistance, so we still got some a ways to go here.
Yeah, Tomac has a flex line available, and he's trying to execute it. That's a bit too stable, though.
And I don't want to say that's a common spot. It's a common spot for me to play from sometimes.
Yeah.
So it is. Missed that. Come on. The entire way.
Centered it, yeah. Just tracked it the whole way.
Oh.
Needs to push a little more.
It didn't quite have the push on it.
Yeah.
So again, he's over there. I can say that they cleaned that up a lot. I don't know if it was from, them doing it or the natural weathering of trees and them falling, but that's a lot clearer than it's been in the past. Aiden with a great shot there to
Absolutely.
get into the circle one.
Tomac weighing his options here. He does have, you're going to see a bit of a gap here that he can hit.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily enough. And he,
I'm telling you, y'all are just making me melt.
Those were definitely invisible branches because I did not see them.
yeah. This hole's showing some teeth. It did play 0.79 strokes above par.
I don't know if he was trying to ring that up from there or not, but he gave it the go. Gave it the juice.
I believe that's a Sonic.
No. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I play catch with him.
Yeah.
When I see him pick it up, I'm like, man, that thing looks a little too stable. And then he throws it. I'm like, that's not stable at all.
Oh. Inches.
Oh.
A game of inches.
I'm feeling for Tomac right now because, come on. Ian just tickles the change. Tomac is just, he's trying so hard.
Yeah, we've all had those rounds. I mean, you can see and the back nine, like we said at the beginning of this, is just, it's just so much harder overall than the front. The front gives you some opportunities to pick up some clean holes in the back, so you have to be on your game on every shot.
I think there's one hole in the back that I'm like, I'm going to birdie this hole. I think it's 16.
Yeah.
Other than that,
That's like, I'm going to try to survive this hole is what you're trying to accomplish. A good par there from Andrew. Played it smart. And you can see his scorecard pretty steady on the back nine so far.
Quite a change of color patterns from his front and his back.
Yeah.
And with the rest of the card too.
So Aiden not having to do much, but his lead is growing from just playing some steady golf over the last couple holes.
Hole 15 is a par 4 coming in at 714 feet. Again, we're playing from the tips. So this ditch comes into play off your drive. Ideally, you want to get over it. And again, there's two main fairways here. The left and the right. You want to decide which one you want to go down and miss the trees in the middle. Get to the green. The water that you see in the ditch there, it is casual. There is no OB really in play on this hole unless you go across 16's fairway to the water. And that looks a little too straight for me. But he makes it to the ditch on the left side. Still going to be a little tricky from over there, though. That looks a little too straight as well.
He gets caught up before the ditch, though. Ian playing the forehand here, looking to get something to move back to the right side at the end of its flight. If it misses those trees,
yeah,
but
they just keep going. They keep going too straight. You got to get to the turn.
Yeah, Tomac's trying to push this up the left side the entire time, he said.
Okay,
So
I can see.
Yeah, he's blasting that and having that finished.
Yeah.
To give you, there is like that hallway
Yeah.
up that side, and he's jumped into the ditch as well.
If he would have made it over the ditch, that would have been his ideal play. I can see Tomac going that route, but it's just you have to push it so far down and get the turn so right.
I don't know how Ian didn't smash his hand on that tree. It was closer than it looked.
I don't know how he didn't smash it on the pullback.
Yeah.
Just like
Andrew playing right back towards the middle. Gets a kick.
it looked really good, and then you get that kick from the tree in the fairway.
You still have some options, and you can see the straightaway I was talking about on this left side here. It's honestly a little more clean than the right side gap. This is turnover, but yeah.
Yep, that'll work.
That'll work. It's so hard to get the height right because you're throwing from a ditch up,
Up.
and it's going uphill and then drops down, and you're
Yeah.
throwing a turnover. There's so many different factors there.
I wonder if that tree's in Tomac's way.
That's turned
Ooh,
and
that's-
continuing. It needs to
Wow,
stop
well.
before. Okay. There is OB on hole 16. As you can see, the stakes near 16's tee pad. So that does come into play for this hole. Settle.
He was getting a favorable roll.
Settle.
Well, it's still rolling.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm 30 feet closer. Yeah.
Andrew with what I believe is his berg. Doesn't like it.
It didn't fly like a bird.
Just kind of sat down. Aiden for his birdie look.
He's getting a favorable roll now. Stop. Oh, you saw the little wiggle?
Yeah.
That's perfect.
I've seen so many of those just roll right into that ditch.
Mm-hmm.
Tomac over near 16's pad where we will be in a couple of minutes.
And he finds a way all the way through with
Nicely
no
done.
trees.
Ian has this left, low ceiling
Downhill.
with a fast green. Oh! Jeez.
Oh boy.
Man.
Short left there for Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Tomac with a par. Stops the bleeding.
That's still a nice par from
Yeah.
being in the ditch and then being over by 16.
That's a working man's par.
Mm-hmm.
I'm walking here.
We'll just have a couple of tap-ins here to close this one out. Oh, the jumper. Got 7117, but one is a -7. So it's nice. Hole 16, the birdie you were talking about. Par 3, coming in at 297 feet. Out of bounds on your right-hand side, marked off by these ropes. It is a turnover or a forehand. As you can see, though, the slope wants to drag everything towards the out of bounds. He's just trying to get over to this right-hand side past the bridgeway and have it settle. There's a steep drop-off behind this basket, which can definitely come into play on your putts as well.
So this hole is partially made up of the old Turkey Gulch, for those that remember. And on the video, we'll actually see the stakes are OB. They've removed the ropes and put stakes.
And that has gone out of bounds there for Aiden.
Tamak pushing past that main tree that you use as a guiding line and gets up there. It's going to be a circle edge, circle 2 look, but it's a decent look.
Yeah, and this was also every card. This was something that NADGT did on this round. Every card got to pick a CTP hole, so the card would agree on which hole they would throw as a CTP, and this was the hole that they chose, and that's going to come into play in a bit here. As you saw, Tom Mack is pretty close. Ian going with the forehand. And that also is pretty close. So we're going to have to figure out who's got the CTP.
I can tell you when I played the event earlier in the day, we also selected this hole as our CTP hole.
So did my card. We all did. So Aiden with this after going out of bounds with a smooth forehand approach.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful touch. Now he's just got to go retrieve his disc. Andrew.
What a nice up.
Oh, beautiful.
Again, there's a fast green.
Wait a minute. No,
Yeah, and this is how they're trying to figure out who's going to get the CTP.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right.
So Ian has won the battle and will take the CTP. I will say that they did use a rangefinder later on this hole, and Tom Mack was actually closer. But he is a man of his word, and he stuck with the results of the rock, paper, scissors battle, and Ian took the CTP.
Get up.
Ended up being a costly mistake. The CTP was worth over $14,000. Tom Mack didn't know that at the time. Nah, just kidding.
Yes.
$16 is one that you always want to get.
But nobody got it. I think only one person on our card got it also.
Hole 17, my nemesis hole. It is a par 4, 588 feet. Again, this one plays a little easier now than it did in the past. There used to be a Mando on the hole, but now that it's gone, your objective is to get up as far on that hill as you can and try to throw a turnover or forehand up here to the green area. Getting off the tee is just, it's more critical here than any other hole on the course. As you can see, things can quickly go left or right. I've even had a shot end up behind me.
Yeah, and hole 17 is the...
Tomac hits one in the fairway, but it stays right by that tree.
Yeah. This is the second hardest hole on the course, no surprise. I think 3 of the 4 hardest holes are on this back nine. And he's on old hole 16.
Yeah, so he got pushed to the right, which is going to make going up 17's fairway next to impossible. So he may be playing what is the unofficial fairway that is on the right.
This looks
And
fantastic.
again with his forehand.
He's a little further right than he would have liked when he gets up there. But he did get quite a bit of distance off the tee, which definitely helps. That needs to miss some trees. Does not.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, this hole played exactly 1 stroke over par, so it's playing as a par 5. And Andrew has begun his journey up the right side of old hole 16.
Looks like he was almost making it to the top, but it kind of stalled out and came back on him.
Tomac trying to get to the top of the hill, and he's close, so he should be able to have himself a pretty decent approach from there.
That tree may have helped his line.
Aiden getting a peek. He was playing this course blind. He had not played around on here yet.
And okay.
Second kick helped.
Yeah, well,
Kind of.
Yeah, this is what I was worried about with his shot. He is so pinched off.
He looked up the right side, thinking about going up old hole 16's fairway as well, but there was just nothing there either. That was a great shot just to get to the top. Ooh, that's turned. Needs to keep coming.
Oh, that's nice. I don't know if Tomac knew how much they cleaned up on the left side there, but in years past, that would not have been a shot. All right, Aiden trying to get through. And it's just...
late tree.
Yeah. It only takes one tree to kill your dreams.
That sounds like a t-shirt to me.
Oh,
This is phenomenal. Beautiful touch, speed, everything on that shot.
Yeah, because that green does slope away from incoming shots.
Andrew catching an early tree, trying to go with an overhand.
Again, only one tree.
Yep.
Only takes one.
And another one coming out. We didn't say it's easy on that side.
No, it's not easier, but
It's not.
but it's there.
Yeah, it's no longer an actual fairway, so they don't
Maintain it.
Yeah, the lines are not there necessarily anymore. There's a good tree, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's a fantastic tree.
The course giveth and it take away. Wait, no, take away and then giveth.
That's got some zip to it.
And
and there it takes away.
It was going to stop.
Oh wow.
Okay. Hey, he's not down by the other tee pad. I've seen that too.
That's true. Get it.
Oh
Man, Tom Mack is just... If you've seen him on our coverage before, you know he's a phenomenal golfer.
Oh yeah, he really is.
Oh, that looks... First it looked high, then it looked right.
Did it look like it was in the tree and then...
But it's in the basket instead.
He parred that.
Good par.
We the other par 5 he parred and it just didn't. He was never in the ideal situation, but just true and steady.
Yeah. Tough double there for Andrew and the bogey for Tomac after the unfortunate high putt. So we come down to our last hole, barring something crazy here. Aiden Scott in the driver's seat still. Heading into yet another par 5, hole 18, coming in at 726 feet. This tee shot goes downhill and then starts to come uphill once again. Ideally, if you can land something right around this area here, you'll have a good look at a turnover coming up into this straightaway here, which then kind of leads you right towards the basket. Very, very tight, though, as you can see, woods on either side. No real OB to contend with besides the hole 17 on Steady Ed's course, which is to the left of the tee here. Oh, and there is OB on that creek, I'm sorry, where that short pad is.
Hold. Come out. Sit.
That OB right there. Okay, he's safe there.
Yeah, you really typically don't think about that OB because it's so close to the tee.
Yeah.
But it's there. First, when you were talking about OB, I thought you were like, the only OB I can remember is like the parking lot. You talking about the parking lot? No, but you talk about 17.
Yeah. Tom Mack getting a beautiful leopard up and to the left and then moving to the right.
Yep. Oh,
And that is...
wow, that is on 17.
That's on 17's pathway on Steady Ed going towards 18's basket.
Wow, and that
or
started
18C.
with just Invisalign,
Yeah.
just hanging.
This looks perfect.
Yes.
Right dead center. Mm-hmm. This is a shorter par 5. Now, the tricky part comes on your second shot because it's so uphill. But if you can just stay in the middle here, you can have yourself a birdie look all said and done. Go with the a high turnover forehand.
And happens to find the one tree with plenty of fresh limbs.
So Aiden's over here on another course. Literally.
Literally.
And has to miss that next tee sign and darts this. This is an incredible shot. He's back on the fairway of hole 18, of the right hole 18.
In great placement, too.
Yeah. And Andrew so far is dissecting this hole beautifully with his first 2 shots.
On the hill.
He made it up the hill, but did not stay on the fairway, so he's off to the right just a little bit there.
He is. And he may be behind that tree, which I don't know if you've seen this round in Tom Mack and trees, but...
All right, so this is definitely going for some ground action, and... Oh, well, no.
That had some zip to it. You can hear it.
I thought he was going to do like the flare off the back and turn the corner, but he controlled that well.
Aiden piping it. Just needs to not do that.
Yeah.
A little too straight or wide there.
Well, that's one thing you can say about Aiden, that there is commitment on every shot.
To be that young and just throw hard and... This looks centered again.
Okay, so he had a plan. And he stuck to the plan on this hole.
Absolutely.
He did not deviate.
So he's going to have that look for his birdie.
Y'all getting to witness something I rarely ever do.
What's that time, Matt?
That is a flick Annie. So I want to go ahead and warn you, this may not work out the way. Yeah.
Tom Mack with a turnover forehand with an 11-time T-bird. I'd say that worked out.
Yeah, not bad. Has a look.
Yeah.
One of my better ones.
Busted up 11 times for it?
Yeah.
Ian throws a lot of yellow discs. I guess that's part of his pattern for his bag. Let us know if you guys kind of stick to that philosophy. If you try to keep your bag specific types of colors, tell us in the comments. Or be interested to hear about that.
I'm gonna tell you, the most interesting bag that I've seen is not just a particular color, but a consistent rainbow going through.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that just takes too much work.
I know. Well, the color alone takes too much work for me.
And
I see a disc, I just want it.
Yeah,
like all my fairways have to be blue-ish teal, and then all the,
Yeah, like Kristen Tatar's bag is all blue and white, the colors of Estonia.
Yeah.
Let's see if Tom Mack can finish with a flurry here.
For the win.
Just a bit short, right?
I was saying for the win for the course, but the course still took the victory.
Yeah. And strategically played. Par for Andrew there on hole 18 to finish out.
And getting a par on 18 to push you ahead of the curve here is scoring slightly over, well, not slightly, a half a stroke over. So seeing the card walk away here with 3 pars so far is...
They're bringing the average down. All pars.
2022 NADGT Zanfel Premier Tour at International Disc Golf Center, driven by Innova Championship Discs, Advanced Champion Aiden Scott.
That is a mouthful right there from Henry. But there you have it. Aiden Scott walking away with the victory here. He has stamped his ticket once again to the finale of the NADGT later on this year. Congratulations, Aiden Scott. Again, we want to thank the NADGT for having us out. Thank you to all the members of the PDGA and the IDGC for these beautiful courses. Of course, our Patreon family helping to make coverage like this possible.
I want to give a shout out to the Augusta Disc Golf organization as well, always out there supporting us in the event.
Absolutely, they do incredible work. Thank you again to our Patreon family. You see all the names that help make coverage like this possible. Check us out at patreon.com/AceRunPro to become an Ace Runner today. We appreciate you guys checking it out. Thank you so much from Ace Run Productions. Let's run it.